What's poppin'? It's your boy Big Domo, and today I got a Steam sales video for you guys. These are the games everyone's been scooping up this week, and some of the deals are ending soon. So if you're looking for something to play this weekend, stick around because we're getting right into it. First off, we got American Truck Simulator. Now I know what you're thinking, a trucking game, really? But hear me out. This game has a 97% positive rating on Steam with over 186,000 reviews. That's overwhelmingly positive. You don't get numbers like that by accident. When this game launched back in 2016, it only had California and Nevada, 2 states and 2 trucks. People were skeptical. Critics said it felt like an expansion pack and not a full game. The map felt small and cramped. But here's where it gets interesting. SCS Software actually listened. They completely rescaled the entire map, making roads 75% longer. They've been dropping consistent updates and DLC for almost 10 years now. That's a decade. We're talking 19 states, 7 licensed truck brands, and over 240 cities. They just dropped Louisiana last month, and they got Illinois and South Dakota coming. They even announced console versions for PS5 and Xbox. This is one of those games where the devs stuck around with it and turned it into something special. Think No Man's Sky's energy, but for trucking. You got official multiplayer now with Convoy mode supporting up to 128 players. Steam Workshop supports with thousands of mods. It's chill, it's relaxing. Throw on a podcast or some music and just vibe on the open road. Right now it's on sale for $4.99, that's 75% off. This sale ends January 19th, so don't sleep on it. Next up we got Detroit Become Human from Quantic Dream. Now, if you've been sleeping on this one, the gaming gods are giving you another chance because it's 80% off right now, bringing it down to $7.99. This game has a positive 96% rating on Steam with over 190,000 reviews. And look, during the winter sale, this thing sold almost 1 million copies in 2 weeks. It just hit an all-time player count record of over 25,000 people playing at once. For a game that came out in 2018, that's low-key crazy. So what's the deal? You play as 3 different androids in near future Detroit, Connor, Kara, and Marcus. Every single decision you make changes the story. And I'm not talking about, oh, your dialogue was slightly different. I mean characters can permanently die, and the story just keeps on going without them. There are dozens of endings and thousands of branching paths. The production value is insane. You got Jesse Williams, Clancy Brown, Lance Henriksen, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but we're talking Hollywood talent doing the motion capture and voice work. It looks incredible at 40K 60 FPS on PC and is Steam Deck verified if that's your thing. Now I'll keep it real with you. Some critics said the social commentary is a little heavy-handed. The civil rights parallel aren't exactly subtle, but the gameplay, the performances, and the sheer amount of content and replayability, it's Quantic Dream's best work, and community clearly agrees. At $7.99, this is a steal. You missed the $3.99 winter sale price, but 80% off is still ridiculous for what you're getting. This sale ends January 19th, so don't miss it. Alright, next up we got Contraband Police from Crazy Rocks. Now if you ever played Papers, Please and thought, oh, this was cool, but I wish I could shoot people and chase down smugglers in a police car, well, this is your game. It's sitting at 94% positive on Steam with over 23,000 reviews. This game has sold over 1.5 million copies, and here's the wild part. The studio Crazy Rocks was literally on the verge of bankruptcy back in 2017 before they pitched this game to Playway. It recouped its entire development budget in 2 days. 2 days! So what's the deal? It's 1981, you're a border guard inspector in a fictional communist country called Akaristan. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but hey, don't kill me. You're checking documents, searching vehicles for contrabands, using UV flashlights to find hidden compartments. But unlike Paper Please, when stuff goes sideways, you're pulling out the Gaddy Dun Gaddy, in other words, the firearms, and having actual shootouts with gang members. You got police chases, open world driving, post management, and upgrades. It just launched on PS5 and Xbox back in November, so console players are finally getting in on this. They got a Crimson Fall DLC coming the second quarter of 2026, adding way more content. Right now it's $13.19, which is 56% off, and the historical lowest price this game has ever been on Steam. Sales run until January 26. If you like the bureaucratic puzzle solving mix with some action, this is an easy pickup. You better not waste it. Alright, next up we got Hitman World of Assassination Part 1 from IO Interactive. Part 1 gets you the original Hitman from 2016 running on the Hitman 3 engine. That's 6 iconic locations: Paris, Sapienza, Marrakesh, Bangkok, Colorado, and Hokkaido. You also get the Patient Zero bonus campaign and 3 theme escalation contracts with outfits and weapon unlocks. These are some of the most meticulous designed sandbox levels in gaming. Each one is basically a puzzle box where you figure out how to eliminate your targets however you want. Disguises, environmental kills, poison, accidents, the creativity is endless. Sapienza alone could keep you busy for dozens of hours if you're going for mastery. Now here's the catch. Part 1 does not include Hitman 2 or Hitman 3 content, no freelancer mode or VR. It's essentially the first third of the trilogy, but at $2.99 for 90% off is a perfect way to test the waters and see if this style of gameplay clicks for you. Next we got Green Hell from Creepy Jar. If you want a survival game that will absolutely humble you, this is it. Green Hell drops you in the middle of the Amazon forest with nothing and expects you to figure it out. And I mean nothing. No hand-holding, no tutorials that last forever, just you and the jungle. You play as Jake Higgins, an anthropologist searching for his missing wife Mia. The 25+ hour story campaign deals with survival, guilt, and your character slowly losing his mind the deeper you go. But what makes this game special is the level of detail and the survival mechanics. We're not just talking about a hunger bar. You gotta manage calories, proteins, carbs, fats, and hydration separately. Drink dirty water, parasites. Eat the wrong mushroom, dead. See the cute little frog, touch it, and you're poisoned. You gotta physically inspect your arms and legs for leeches, rashes, and worms spurring under your skin. This game does not play around. Green Hell sits at 86% positive on Steam with over 67,000 reviews. The game has sold over 6 million copies, and Creepy Jar has dropped over 20 content updates since launch. You also get the Free Spirits of Amazonia prequel campaign, which adds another 20+ hours of gameplay. Plus, there's co-op so you can suffer with friends. The game is currently $2.79 for 90% off until January 19th. That's over 45 hours of content for less than $3. Hop on it. Next up, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon's Breakpoint from Ubisoft. Now look, I'm gonna be real with you. When this game launched back in October 2019, it was a complete disaster. Ubisoft's own CEO admitted the game was strongly rejected by the community. Critics tore it apart. We're talking about 4 out of 10 scores, the gear score system nobody asked for, microtransactions everywhere, and the best part, bugs galore. It was rough. But here's the thing, Ubisoft actually listened. In March 2020, they dropped the Ghost Experience update, which completely overhauled how you can play the game. You can now turn off all that gear score and loot nonsense with immersive mode. No more shooting a guy in the head 6 times because your numbers isn't big enough. 1 shot, 1 kill like Ghost Recon is supposed to be. You play as Nomad on Aurora, a fictional island in the Pacific that's been taken over by the Wolves, a group of former ghosts gone rogue. The main villain is Cole Walker, played by John. You know, the guy who played the Punisher, or the guy who played Sean in The Walking Dead? Yeah, that dude. He's hunting you with weaponized drones and ex-Special Forces soldiers who know all of your tactics. The game sits at 74% positive on Steam with over 39,000 reviews. It got a massive open world with 11 different biomes, 4-player co-op, and honestly a ton of content between the main story and all the DLC episodes. You got until January 26th to buy it at $11.99 for 80% off. If you turn on immersive mode, crank up the difficulty, and play the game the way it should have launched, it's actually a solid tactical shooter experience. Just know it still requires Ubisoft Connect even through Steam. Alright guys, lastly but surely not least, we got Kenshi from Lo-Fi Games. Kenshi is a squad-based RPG set in a post-apocalyptic sword-punk world. Think Mad Max meets feudal Japan with no magic and no fantasy cliches. You start as absolutely nobody. Not a chosen one, not a hero, just some random person in a brutal world that wants you dead. The freedom in this game, although, is insane. You could be a trader, a thief, a warlord, a farmer, a slave, or literally just food for the cannibals. Up to you. You can also build a base, research technology, recruit a squad, or wander alone. The world is 870 square kilometers, the largest single-player RPG world since Daggerfall, and none of it scales to your level. At the start, almost everything in this game, or world, however you want to look at it, can and will kill you. The game sits at 95% overwhelmingly positive on Steam with nearly 45,000 English reviews. PC gamers gave it an 84, Rock Paper Shotgun named it one of their bestest best. The modding community is massive with over 14,600 mods on the workshop. Now I gotta be honest, the graphics look like they're from 2006 because development started in 2006. Optimization is rough and you'll want an SSD. But if you can look past that, there's nothing else like Kenshi on the market. It's currently $11.99 for 60% off until January 26. Kenshi 2 is also in development as a prequel, so now's a great time to get into the series. Don't miss out. Alright y'all, that's gonna wrap up this week's Steam sales. Don't forget, most of these sales end soon, so don't wait too long and miss out. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit the sub button, and let me know in the comments what you're copying. It's your boy Big Domo, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!